Well, we're here at the GoYe Village Gardens, and we're with Leon Friend, which he's no stranger to the audience. I guess this is the third time we've been out here and visited, and you were telling me you've got several of the plots through here that you're not trying to be a hog, it's just other people don't want to use them, and so you keep them up and use them. And that's one thing that's nice about this garden, is that for years and years and years it's been cultivated and taken care of, so the soil has been had things added back to it and been taken care of. I know a lot of people, they'll have a garden for 3 or 4 years and then give up on it. It'll grow back up in weeds and you really haven't gained anything, but this has been taken care of for lots of years here, hasn't it, Leon?
Yeah, it has. I've worked hard at controlling the weeds and grass. I hate to see weeds and grass go to seed. So I've worked hard at that and worked hard at adding vegetable materials from our kitchen, as well as leaves in the fall from the trees, and so it's really loosened the soil up a lot.
Yeah, I know on the last show that we did out here, we had pulled a soil sample and done it out of several garden plots, and it was just amazing how right on track the garden fertility was. And y'all don't use a whole lot of fertilizer, you just add back some manure and some scraps and things like that, and keep with it a little bit. But when you've got that kind of fertility just naturally, well, Mother Nature kind of does a good job for you, doesn't she?
Yeah, it sure works that way. Sure works that way.
Yeah, you were telling me about garden scraps and stuff. These cantaloupe here that we're looking at, you said came up volunteer?
Yeah.
When they come up volunteer like that, do you get more of them than what you really want and you have to pull some of the plants up, or how did that go?
No, I only had 3 plants come up here, so I let all 3 of them mature, and the one plant over there is finished. These are finishing up now. I just gathered the last one from here last evening. So they don't come up profusely. If they do, I can cut them down.
Yeah. Where did the seed come from originally? Is it just something that's been around here for quite a while, or?
No, when I process my cantaloupes, I bring the rinds and the seed down here and turn it in. So these came up from rinds and seed I buried last summer.
Yeah. Well, when you first got these seeds, before you brought it down here, did you where'd you get your seed from?
Okay, I don't remember. I probably bought it locally at one of the stores. I grow the Hale's Best, called Hale's Best cantaloupe, and I've had good luck with them.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of good luck on everything, and we were talking about your sweet potatoes over there, and I know the last time we were out here, there was a lot of really good, huge, nice sweet potatoes. Do y'all start your own slips, or how do you do that?
Well, I didn't this year. I bought plants at co-op.
Okay.
But some of the gardeners now, Stacy's down at the other end, they started their plants.
Their own slips.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's always interesting to see what comes up in the fall whenever you dig your sweet potatoes. And of course, a lot of things have already pretty well matured and done on, but there's a lot of tomatoes people are still picking. What's kind of some of the other, I know squash, see a lot of squash here. Did y'all have trouble with the squash vine borer this year?
No, we haven't. I have 4 summer squash right over here, and I didn't have any trouble at all with them this year. They're finishing up now. And the winter squash, we've never had any problem with them either.
Yeah. Well, we had several calls, and you know, people always have trouble with squash bugs. And so whenever the squash kind of starts to look bad, well, they just kind of take for granted that's what it is. But this year had a lot of people that were really on top of the squash bugs and really didn't have that many. And when I went out, just as the plant comes out of the ground, there was a lot of sawdust looking stuff, and you cut up in there, and the squash vine borer is about that long and wide, and it's got more calls this year than we've had any year in the past. So
that's different.
You know, there's just a lot of things different this year. We were talking earlier about the fact that our last freeze occurred the last part of March, so we were good 2 weeks ahead, and you were saying your peppers grew different this year because of that, you think?
Evidently it was, because they've not grown nearly as tall or as profusely with vegetation as in the past, but they've certainly borne some real big peppers.
Now, what variety is it that you grow?
It's a hybrid called Goliath, and I've grown them for, 7 or 8 years anyway.
Yeah.
I really like them.
You start them out as plants?
I start my own plants from seed.
Where do you get your seed from?
I order them usually from, that company up in Wisconsin, Shamway. Shamrock. Shamway, I think it is.
Do a lot of people have that variety, Goliath, or
No.
is it kind of you got to look for it?
I don't think you can get the seeds locally. I've never seen them locally at
So
any
you're
of the
pretty much
stores.
one of those things you got to find and
Yeah.
how much planning as far as fall gardens and stuff like that do y'all do? Is there much fall gardens and stuff, or is it just kind of do the thing and what's over with in the summer? Well, that's it.
Yeah, mostly just, there may be some across the street on the north side that do a little fall gardening, but nobody over here has done any fall gardening.
Yeah, by the time you do this thing, while you're kind of done with it for the...
Yeah, I like to get it over with in the summer and be done with it.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move up here and look at the tomatoes in a little while.
All right.